this week's plan as I go will be for August 6th through the 12th, and I will be using my Vertical Happy Planner and stickers from JosephineBowDesigns, which is the first time I'm using this kit, or actually any of her stickers. And as you can see, it is a mermaid themed one, and those were the washi tapes I was using, and that was the pen I was going to be using but ended up not using. Yeah, so this kit is quite minimal, and I didn't think I could do a no white space, so I think I did minimal white space planning. And right now I am whiting out the font for the days of the week, because the little state flags, oh, there's an alarm going off outside my house. Anyway, it didn't cover the font, so I whited out all the days and then stuck down the flags. And then I don't know if you can see, but they're a little bit longer, but that's okay. I just overlapped it a bit, and then I stuck down those date covers, like the actual date numbers. So I did it as Sunday through Saturday instead of the Monday through Saturday. Oh, I got it correct this time. And I am out of frame, but I put down the bottom strips, and then I'm doing the sidebar, and I try to, because it didn't come with that many stickers, I decided to just use header stickers and like a few icon stickers for the sidebar. So the first thing I did was use a sticker for this week, and then did my spending tracker, and then I tried to write like the font, but yeah, no. It's okay though. And then after that I did I used a remember sticker header and wrote some incoming mail that I'm waiting on, and then I did the remember header and drew little ugly looking weekly trackers, but you know what, they fit, it's fine, no worries. And I added little icon stickers that came with the kit. So as you can see, I am now starting to plan out of frame badly. What is wrong with me this week? I don't know. See, I was like, oops. So I used some washi tape with the gold foil, and I was using that pen, that Japanese pen, and it actually writes on washi tape, which I love it so much. And then I wrote my work schedule on it, and then there was a deco sticker, and I wrote that it was payroll day on Sunday. And then I used a header that says to do, and stuck down that full box checklist and wrote some things I had to do for work. And then I was like, I don't know what to do now because I don't know what to use. So I was trying to figure it out. So I stuck down that half box with the lines, and then I used this glitter tape, and it didn't cut with the ripping of the gift card, so I used the retractable knife, and I put the tape on top of it and on the bottom of it. And then I wrote that I had to work on some Sony finance paperwork at work, and then I have to pick up my vacation check, which yeah, we had some issues with my supposed vacation. And then I put down the meal covers. What? The meal trackers for Monday to, not Monday, oh my gosh, I'm doing it again. I did it again. Sunday through Tuesday. And then I put that, I think it's a half box, a quarter box, not a quarter box, a 1/3 box. And I wrote relax, and then I had to do some really minimal things for my orders. So on Monday, out of frame, kind of, I stuck down, I decided to do the same thing, which was used washi tape, and then I used the flag and wrote in quotations that it was my vacation. Yeah, like I said, there's some drama regarding that, so bleh. Anyway, then I used this flag that came with the kit, and I cut it off the excess and stuck it down, and then I used a half box and wrote some stuff on it. Oh yeah, on Monday, so I was hanging out with my friend and I was just writing things. Like on that flag I wrote that we were meeting at 10:30, and then we went to breakfast with I wrote that on that half box, and then I used a to-do header, and I used a flag, a checklist flag, and then I took it off because when I wrote it I was thinking that there was not a lot of space. It looked very squished. That's why I used that 1/3 box or whatever they're called and redid it and drew little checklist boxes right next to it. I thought it looked better. I was just writing places where we went. And I had to wash my car. I used that flag and wrote wash your car. It's disgusting. It was also trash day. Trash day. I used that flag and then little icon sticker and wrote that on the side. And then I had to ship some orders. And then I used another half box and wrote some little things. And I got to work on my subscriptions and count how many jars I needed for orders. And then I was like, man, the top looks so very plain. I don't know why. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have this glitter tape. I will use it. And that's what I did on top. Ta-da! So on Tuesday, it was my day off. Yay, day off, yay! And as you can see, well, not really, I am out of frame. I stuck down that full box that says Dreaming of the Sea, and then I used the washi tapes and covered the top and the bottom of it. And then I used a half box, and I had to do some things for my dad. And that's what I was writing, what I had to do, mostly calls and emails. And then I used one of those their flags, and then cut off the excess, and put a little MissKarramel Designs sticker on it, because apparently almost so many people I knew it was their birthday, including the boyfriends. So I was just writing all the people that I was wishing happy birthday to. And then I put down a to-do header, which you can't really see because it's kind of light. And then I used the half checklist flag because that's all it came with in the kit. And did some stuff, packed some orders, used the glitter tape to round out how it looked. And then it's time for Wednesday, ta-da, Wednesday. So I did the same thing. I put the glitter tape on the top, and then the washi tape, and wrote on it with that cool, oh no, I lied to you. I did not write on it with my pen, my other pen, the Japanese pen. Instead, I used, because I didn't have much stickers with this kit, I used all the water trackers because I don't track water. I mean, I know people do, but I don't. So I used that and wrote day off. And then I used a little flag and I wrote laundry and stuck down a little pound sticker on it because why not? And then I used another little flag and stuck down a grocery cart, shopping cart sticker on that, and wrote errands with my mom, which is true. And then I keep saying, and then I used a to-do header with a full box checklist, and I wrote all the stuff that needed to be done, mostly orders. And then, like I said, I used those water trackers so I could just write stuff. And then I wrote that I had to work on some orders. I wrote that to write out my invoices because I like doing that, which is probably weird to some people, but you know what, I like doing it. And then I had to pay some bills, and I used that half box and listed out the bills I had to pay. Ta-da, you see it's right there. And then I stuck down that quarter box on the bottom and the meal tracker. So on Thursday, I decided to just go with the rest of the washi I put on top since I'm just going to do it that anyway. And then stuck down the weekend banner. And then I wrote the schedule in on Thursday, and used the to-do flag and the to-do flag. I meant the to-do header, and then the little checklist flags, and then the water tracker. Well, I use it as just like whatever, and wrote other things I had to do. And Thursdays are my heavy work day because of my backup, who really I can't yeah, anyway, I just brain farted like right now. But before, he couldn't do anything. Like whatever he did, he never learned it. He couldn't understand. And then for some odd reason, this last week during payroll, when we had some time, I taught him. I made sure he understood what I was talking about. So on Thursday when I came in, I was expecting the usual giant piles of work. But surprisingly, he actually did everything correctly, except for one thing, but that thing was really easy to do, so it's okay. So I was super happy. Usually I would write all my duties ×4. So thankfully, not. I wasn't so stressed out. My head wasn't hurting like it usually does. I was so happy. So happy. Anyway, on Friday, I just babbled. As usual, I always babble about Thursdays and complain about Thursdays. So after I wrote down my work schedule, and then instead of using the washi tapes, I used those flags that came with the kit. And then I used the full boxes, and then covered it with that the 1/3 box, and stuck down the checklist flag and wrote the things I had to do. And then I used a to-do flag, to-do header, and put down the full box checklist and wrote all the things I had to do for work. And then I used another full box and covered it with a half box right there, and wrote that some of my supplies are here, so I had to pack some orders. Yay! And because I had some space, I stuck down one of the decoration stickers. It didn't come with that many decoration stickers. Oh, and this kit, JosephineBowDesigns, they use some pretty sticky paper. I know it's sticker paper, but it's like super duper sticky. And if you stuck it down, you better hope that you don't need to move it because it'll rip up your page. So I did the same thing on Saturday, which is put down the full box, cover it with the 3rd box checklist flag, and then the full checklist box, and then I keep saying and then this whole thing, this whole video, and then the full box. And I used the rest of those decorated washi strips and wrote sleep early, which I did not do, and then stuck down a little flag and date night sticker from Obsessed with Cute. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Sorry, I totally babbled. Thank you for watching. Bye!